Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Camo from T3 Live. We're here for the special 200th episode of the Newsbeat show. Special afternoon show. Mark's usually live at night. Can you guys post some comments so I know you can hear me? Mark, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Mike. How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you.
I'm good. So we're going to kick off the Newsbeat show with Mark's his favorite thing in the world, which is our disclosures from the T3 Live Compliance Department. We want everybody to read all this information. Please pause the video if you're watching a replay. We need you to memorize every single word. Please memorize everything so everybody knows everything. So as you guys know, Mark is our senior trading strategist. He is head of the Newsbeat Live program. He's been a professional trader since 1999. He's the author of Scalping for a Living. He's an expert in algorithmic trading. He's an expert in equities, options, forex, technical analysis, and a lot more. So I am not going to delay you any further. I am going to pass control over to Mark. Mark, why don't you say hi to everybody, share your screens?
Hello, everybody. How are you? Hey, Mike. Looking good.
Access to social is going to be available through December, or it's only available, so you should still be on there.
Hi. Hello. Hey, guys. How are you? Is my screen working?
Yeah.
My audio?
We can see everything. I muted you by accident. That was my fault, Mark.
Okay. All right. Just let me get my webcam set up so you guys can see the fancy schmancy shirt I put on today for you. Well, truth is, I put it on for Mike. Hold on one second. Got a little light coming in on the Venetians there. One moment. How are you guys doing today? We're going to be starting off here. I'm going to really, my whole goal today is to really share with you something that is going to show you how you can make money, or how I'm and others around me make money in this environment, and hoping that it could apply to what you do, especially in a market environment like this. It's kind of, there we go. It's still can't get that Venetian light. That's all right. It's kind of one of those markets right now where traders are having very odd times with conviction, and they're trying to figure things out and how to make money in this market and whatnot. And I really was able to figure out a way that just really makes it easy to make money. And I'm here to show you as many examples as you want. I'll use today as an example. I think, I'm not here to cherry pick anything. I'm here to just show you exactly everything I talk about, good, bad, ugly, everything in between. And hopefully, inevitably, indubitably, and undoubtedly, you are going to see the value behind what we do here. And you're going to realize ultimately why we're the fastest growing trading room in the nation, and why we have such a good retention rate of our members is because I believe, I don't believe it's because of this face. I mean, if maybe Mike Camo was doing it, I mean, this would come into play, but they're not here to see this mug. They're here for the money that is made in the room. So I'm just going to give people just a couple minutes. Should I give them a couple minutes, or should I just roll with it? What do you think?
I think if people are missing out, they're missing out. They should be here.
I agree.
Let's go.
Okay. So I just want to start off and tell you where this strategy came from. I'm going to share this strategy for you, to you, and I'm going to actually ask you if this strategy is something you like by showing you today's action. I could show you yesterday's action, which I thought was better with my ideas, but I'm just going to show you today because I'm not here to cherry pick. I think so many people can sit back and show you something really good they did, like, oh yeah, here was like some, here's me hitting 10 3-point shots, but I didn't show you the 500 I missed in between. So I'm just going to show you a compilation of how good I am at the 3-point line. And I think that's a little too easy. This is a little bit off the cuff here. Again, off the cuff. So I just figured I was going to show you today. So first, a background behind the strategy. I'm going to show you the strategy, and then I'm going to show you how it could have worked today for you. And if you think this is not the right strategy for you, I respect that. The truth is, the vast majority of traders this strategy is for. I would say that about 98 out of 100 traders, 97 out of 100 traders who I come across, the tens of thousands of traders I met, this strategy is for them. So hopefully this will apply to you as well. Now, I'm going to show you one strategy here today. I do overnights. I do so many other things within this market, but I just thought that I would give you a really nice view into what I actually do on a day like today and how we actually capitalize on it. So I guess I could show you from my private Twitter feed. The same thing comes inside the room. And I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you here on my charts. And right here, 9:03 a.m., October 30th, as you see, I basically said there's no game plan names today, but I'm watching the following for reduced position size long. Basically, so for somebody like me, let's say an average position is $5,000 to $10,000. On a reduced position, it's generally $3,000 to $4,000 worth of options. Or if I'm taking stock, I'll generally be between $250,000 to $750,000. You know, depending on the name, if it's a medium size idea and a lighter idea, maybe $200,000 worth of P&L. And again, that's not a lot of money. People are like, wow, $200,000 in P&L. $200,000 in P&L, you can't buy 1,000 shares of Apple with $200,000 P&L. So just so we're clear on, you know, sizing and whatnot. But this strategy, the beautiful thing is when I have members come out to me with this strategy, and I had so many stories of people telling me how well they did. I had traders who told me they built $30,000 accounts into $250,000 accounts within a year, following nothing else but the Newsbeat live strategies in which we share with you in the room. So very simple strategy, and I'm going to show it to you right now, but just a background behind the strategy, where it came from. I work with algorithmic firms. I'm currently working with an algorithmic firm, and what we do is we try to apply strategies that work in the markets. And what I did was I said to myself, you know what? Is there any way to simplify these algorithmic strategies in which a human can have the same advantage of all the black boxes on Wall Street, or a lot of the advantages, at least the financial benefits, rather, is what I mean by advantages. I mean, to have the full advantages of being a robot, I mean, you have emotions, you breathe, you eat, you sleep, you use the toilet. You know, obviously a robot doesn't. I'm actually talking about the financial advantages of trading as if you were a robot. And most people are like, I'm not a robot. I'm not that this. I'm not that that. Believe me, what I'm about to show you will potentially change your life forever. That is my goal here. So at the end of this thing, if you don't think that my trading or what I'm showing you of my trading and the strategies I use when trading, if you feel that doesn't change your life forever, I failed you. I'll tell you right now that I failed you. So I'm here to give you value, and I failed you. So I developed this strategy that was easy for humans to understand based on news flow in the market. One of the sexiest things in the market is news flow. If you look at all the richest people in the world, Buffett, fundamental analysts, all the hedge funds, news flow funds, news edge funds, all these things. Technical analysis is very important. I'm very good at technical analysis from what people tell me, but it's only a sliver of the game. The truth is, if every bullish formation worked, or forget about even if 70% of these bullish formations work, these robots would be doing it. And I will tell you from my experience and from what I have seen in my life, robots don't care about what chart. Robots don't prefer a chart pattern. See, that is one of the biggest fallacies, that robots, you know, will identify the chart patterns they like. Now, it's kind of weird because there are charts which will activate a robot to buy or sell something, but I wouldn't call it something they like. So, for example, like you see the moving average hovering here, and you see a stock moving, bumping against the moving average, and then it, you know, rips up. I have never seen an algorithm designed in my life that was able to make money off an idea like that. I've seen what I consider from whom I've met some of the smartest people in the world, and they weren't able to do it. So what is an example of something a robot likes, something that you can take advantage of, something that's going to help you make money even in this environment. So I'm going to show you what we did today right after I show you this strategy as promised. And right over here, Newsbeat strategy, one and done. It's simple, effective, and easy. Remember, I am trying to make it simple, effective, and easy. I understand that most things that are too good to be true usually are. I humbly believe this is an exception. Based on the names I gave this year, 2 months ago, it was 83.1% effective. I believe that number now is actually over 84. And this was based on the year of 2018, back testing ideas that we give in the room. It's very simple. Step one, you choose a name with positive or negative news. I will show you that every single day. I will show you what's positive or negative news. The perfect example would be some of the earnings plays we're watching today. Just using today as an example, right over here again. You see I'm more highlighting the tweet stamp down here, 9:03 a.m. October 30th. That's Eastern Standard Time. Before the market opened, there was news on Akamai earnings. So I'm looking at it for a long, news on UAA long, news on MasterCard long, news on Take-Two long. 4 long ideas in this market today. That is the news. So when it comes to step one over here, I am actually solving step one for you. I am your step one. That's the beautiful thing. Step two, we're simply using a 1-minute chart. If you don't think, and I'm going to show you today's action. And again, if we were doing this tomorrow, I would be showing you tomorrow's action. Am I still on here? Can you guys still hear me? Am I still on, Mike?
You are still on, Mark.
All right, my internet just hiccuped. I've been having weird internet issues. Electrician is coming in today because of the new addition to my life. Thank you. I might ask you that question again. So after the first 1-minute bar closes today, on the names we're watching, keep looking for the stock to break out of the top of the first candle. That's it on a long name, on a bullish name. If you're looking for a short name, look for the bottom first to break out. I'm going to show you examples. Don't worry. If it does, simply buy in. Set a simple stop below the bottom of the candlestick you chose to buy through and take your profits. Step 4. That is it. That is it. If I came to me, I've been trading 19 years. If I came to me 10 years ago and I was like, Mark, this is what you do for 83% effective, I'd be like, BS. My bull stuffometer is BS would go off crazy. It was like beep beep BS alert, careful Mark Melnick. This sounds too good to be true. I would be the first person to admit to you. I have developed this strategy over the course of my 19-year career, and there's a reason why I am hired to this day to develop these strategies. And the reason why I tell you that is I'm just giving you a background of where it comes from. I'm not some guy sitting here with my finger up my nose and my hand down my pants, sitting here trying to, just spew stuff at you for the sakes of spewing it. So I want to show you very simply why this worked today, and I'm going to show you the names that it actually worked upon. So we're going to start off here as soon as my charts went up. Again, just a little bit lagged here. Mike, if I slow down for any reason, could you just tell me if I broke out for any reason?
Mark, you've sounded perfect the whole time. I haven't noticed a single hiccup.
All right. If you do, just let me know because it's on my end. Thank you. All right. So here's Under Armour. I'm going to show you Under Armour on a 1-minute chart. So based on my methodology, why would you trade Under Armour today? Why? Well, very simply, because it's one of the 4 names. So I'm going to go through all 4 of these names. So we gave you the names. So what you're waiting for on Under Armour is the break of the first 1-minute candle. So the first 1-minute candle closes. You can't buy any stock between 9:30 and 9:31 Eastern Standard, wherever you are in the world, for the first 1 minute when the market is open, because you need to buy through the break of the next one. So the top of this candle here, if you can't see that top left box, reads $21.88. So on this candle right here, if 21.88 breaks, meaning it gets to 21.89 or higher, that's a breakout. This candle hit 21.88 again. No good. Now the next candle needs to break out through 2188. This candle breaks through 2188, shoots up to 2264 in less than a minute. 2188 to 2264. You know what people have told me they have done in the room? They simply put in a buy stop on the names they like, a penny higher. So what happens is after this first bar closes at 2188, if they're not sitting there watching with a market order ready to buy, they'll just put in a buy stop to buy through 2189. And a lot of people did that today in the room. I mean, probably hundreds of people did that today in the room. I'm guessing. I'm not sitting there looking at every single person's trades. And what happened after that was the stock exploded to 2264. That's one example. I'm going to show you three more. That's one example. If a stock goes from 21.8 and it went higher on the next bar, I'm talking 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes. On 1 minute, if a stock goes from 21.88 to 22.64, you are up 76 cents in 1 minute. Could have you bought 100 shares, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares of UAA? There are traders in my room buying tens of thousands of shares. This isn't your little low volume sub $10 name stock. This is a stock that shot up 760,000 shares on that 1 minute bar. All right. There's enough love to go around. There is enough love to go around. You tell me if this strategy was not viable for you. What if I told you in the room today that UAA was my number one focus this morning because I asked the room what I should focus on, and the majority of people voted UAA? What if I told you our room works as a collective? We're not just a bunch of members randomly running into the wall with our heads between our legs. What if I told you we are a collective of trying to make money? I would try to pull up the room in the screen. I don't have a screenshot, but there's, I don't know, hundreds of people from my room alone watching who are going to be watching this, and I'll confirm for you. In the morning, I simply ask, which one of these names should I focus on for my one and done strategy? The vast majority of the room said Under Armour. So this morning, people caught this on Under Armour. The majority of these traders were done trading today at 9:33 a.m. 9:33 a.m. they were done. I mean, they boasted a little by 9:34 a.m. and then they were out before the 5-minute mark. Think about it. You bought a couple thousand shares through 2189. You couldn't blink before you were up $500 on 2,000 shares. If you held out for a little longer, you were up well over 1,000. You were up at best 76 cents on 2,000 shares, and then it went even higher, and then digested even higher, and then eventually pulled down a little, and then went higher, and whatever throughout the day, right? But what if trading didn't have to be like a casino? You know, most people, that's the hardest thing for them to get over as traders. A lot of people are like, I have to trade all day. I don't want to be lazy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about being lazy. A trading job is not a 9-to-5 job. Believe me, I've been at this for 19 years. I've been doing this over half my life. I just dated myself barely over half my life. I've been trading for over half of my entire life to develop strategies like this. Why? Because I have a family now. I want to spend time with my son. I want to eventually spend time with my sons. I want to spend time with my kids. I developed this strategy so I can make a comfortable 6-7 figure salary just off this one strategy alone. And I have other strategies. Just this strategy alone. I want to make comfortable 6-7 figures. That's it. What if making money in the market really was easy? What if you were the person making it difficult by looking for hundreds and hundreds of setups throughout the day? What if making money really was this easy? Would you be mind blown? Would your mind blow? It is. I designed this strategy not only for the algorithmic firms which hire me to do this. I designed these strategies to ensure that the maximum number of people succeed as traders in this market. The more time you spend trading,
And Mark, it sounds like you just froze a little bit for a second.
does not Test, test.
Yeah, you're back. Sounds like you were out for just like about 20 seconds there.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard me say?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, that's fine.
you
Look,
were basically talking about how you could make a great living off this one strategy alone, and how you wanted to basically have more of your own time and not spend 24/7.
yeah, so the reason why this strategy exists and why we invented it here in the Newsbeat live room was to give people more freedom with their lives while still being able to pay their bills and save money. That was the whole goal. The whole goal was to be able to pay your bills and put money in the bank every month. And that is what this strategy allowed me to do. So again, I gave you the example of UAA. This was our number one focus. I'm going to move on to the next one on the chart, MasterCard. So here's a 1 minute chart of MasterCard today. This one we were looking for a long. So what do? We wait for this first one. Here's the first 1 minute bar of the day. We're waiting for the 1 minute bar to break up just for the first time of the day. Just the first time. That's it. What if I told you there are algos out there that are extremely likely to be buying through these levels before we are, after we are, that we're actually have an ability to potentially front run a lot of the algorithmic programs out there. That is pretty much what we're doing. We're taking advantage of these robots to pay us. Is it right 100% of the time? No. But for me and on my ideas, I have seen an effectiveness of over 80%. So what are we doing in MasterCard here? We're just waiting for the first 1 minute bar to go through. Breaks down, doesn't break out, breaks down, breaks down, breaks down, breaks down. Didn't break out here. See 189.50, 189.49, didn't break out. Even right here, missed it by a penny. No problem. Wait, breaks down, breaks down. Did you buy all the way down here at 185? Did you buy the day low of MasterCard using my strategy? No, you didn't. You wait for the 1 minute bar to break the top candle for the first time. You wait, you wait, you wait. Right over here, you break 186.87. I'm going to zoom in so it's easy to see. Right over here, I'll even draw a line like right there, this line right here. As soon as this bar breaks 186.87, it shoots up 2 points in less than a minute, shooting up $2 in less than a minute. Forget about the fact that it kept running for now. You could have held longer than a minute. Maybe you're that special person. I'm making it as easy for you as possible. Now, again, I'm not cherry picking names. These are names that were on our list today. It worked yesterday. It worked the day before. 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 I'm giving you today. I'm going to try this strategy tomorrow. I'm going to try it the day after. I'm going to try it the day after. You see what I'm getting at here? So MasterCard for the first time broke 186.87. If I were to teach, if my son comes to me in the future and short term, like my son's 6 or 7 years old and he knows how to play a video game and scroll through an iPad and he's like, Daddy, I want to become a day trader, I would fund him an account and show him this strategy that I'm showing you. This is a strategy I would share with my own blood. This is a strategy that I would give to my own son. If I would say, if you want to trade in the market, this is the only thing you're doing. This is what I would give to him. This would be my answer to him. And I thought about it, and that's maybe also why the strategy exists. If my son ever wanted to trade the markets, this is what I would show him. Just what I'm showing you. Breaks out right here to 186.87. You make $2 in MasterCard in 1 minute. Maybe you didn't catch $2 in MasterCard. Maybe you caught $1 or 75 cents or 50 cents or $1.50 or $1.25. That's okay. Can you make a living catching $2 in a minute in MasterCard? Can you make a living catching 75 plus cents in a $20 Under Armour? Can you? Can you? Is this strategy right for you? What if you are sitting there with your button like this on a market buy order, or you set a stop to buy above the next 1 minute high, and you just sat there and you waited. You said, all right, when's this stupid thing going to break? And you press a button, and as soon as you press the button, you look at your P&L and you say, holy moly, I'm up money. That's how I feel. That's how I feel when I do this strategy. That's the feeling. That's what happens when you buy through and the stock explodes. This is a 1 minute chart. I'm not saying hold it there for days. I'm not sitting here saying watch the market to make sure the market goes up or down. I'm saying this strategy is working today. Okay, I promised you I wasn't going to cherry pick. This strategy only works 80% of the time. So I covered MasterCard and UAA. Let's cover Akamai in take two. Okay, that's AKAM. So here was Akamai today. Again, I'm taking care of step one for you. Step one is choose a name with positive or negative news. I got you. I am picking the cream of the crop. I'm going through hundreds of upgrades, hundreds of downgrades, hundreds of news stories, thousands, tens of thousands of news stories, and I'm just picking one and picking one and picking one. That's all I am doing. So let's take a look at Akamai. Here's Akamai. First 1 minute bar goes down, doesn't break out. Goes down, doesn't break out. Breaks out right here through the top of this bar, 69.75. Immediately jumps to 70.30. Climbs up a few minutes later to 70.78. Gives you a full dollar in 5 minutes. Maybe you only caught 30 cents. Maybe you caught a quarter. Maybe you caught 50 cents. Maybe you caught 75. Maybe you caught 60. I am telling you it doesn't matter. I am telling you the goal with this strategy is just to make money consistently. So many traders talk about consistency. How many traders can come to you out there and say, this strategy is working 8 out of 10 times for me? How many traders can actually do it? And by the way, if somebody says exactly 8 out of 10 times it's working, they're either lying to you or dealing with a very small sample size. Because if you're doing this strategy hundreds and hundreds of times, you're going to get funny numbers like 83.1%. And you're going to get funny numbers like that when you actually do the math. This strategy has been increasing in efficacy for me. So even on a day like today with Akamai, and again, I was focusing in on UAA and MasterCard were my two favorites from the list, which again, I shared with the room, but I'm still going over the entire thing, no holds bars, right? So when you're buying here through 69.75, you have to realize that the stop is always below the bottom of this candle. Let's say it just hits the level by a few pennies and it just drops in your face. You have a stop level predefined. It's not hold it and hope it goes up, hold it and pray it goes up. You are going to be wrong on this strategy. I know I'm showing you a non-cherry picked example from today. I'm still working here, right, Mike? Everything's still good with me? Just have to double check because my internet is foggy today. I do apologize.
Yeah, Mark, if anything, I'll jump in, but you've been sounding great since that last little break.
Oh, thank you. My wife says the same thing about me. So 69.75, the breakout there to $70.30. And again, you have a very predefined stop. It was almost impossible to not make money if you decided to buy and sell right away. I can't tell you that you are going to make money on these trades. I am asking you, do you think you can make money on these trades? Do you think you can make money on as soon as my Under Armour chart decides to show, do you think you can make money if we're looking for Under Armour to break 21.88 and it shoots to 22.64 in 1 minute? Do you think your day can be made on just one trade like that? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traders believe that in the Newsbeat live room, and you should be no different. And last, and probably least, is take two. Up here, 1 minute chart. Again, sorry, electrician is here. I'm setting up a baby room and whatever. As soon as this chart comes up, I'll show you the last name on my list. And again, I was picking names right off here. I went over MasterCard, UAA, and ACAM, and now I'm going to go over take two. As soon as it decides to show up. Wow. Wow. Did I drop out for a moment there?
You dropped out for just a second, Mark. Is there another? Could you pull up like the chart in like free stock charts or even like Yahoo Finance or whatever if they're not coming up?
Yeah, it's more my internet than anything. I'll try to. Oh, is it popping up now? So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I rarely have any internet issues. There's an electrician here, and I don't know what he's fudging around with. I just had a new baby, and this is a rare event. Granted, it's happening during the 200th episode here, but thank you for your patience through this. So, did you see the example, Mike, of Akamai, MasterCard, and UAA? I was just going to go on the last one on my list, take two.
Yep, take two is the next one.
All right, now here is another interesting example of a one and done, where the high here of 121.60 actually broke out, hit 121.68, and then pulled back. So you weren't looking to make 8 cents. That would have been a bad trade. And then popped up, pulled back, popped up, and actually ended up rallying up throughout the entire day. Now, here's an example of a one and done that I would have ignored for the following reason. However, I did say I wasn't going to cherry pick, and I was going to show you all the good, bad, and ugly. Really, there was 3 goods, and this is neither bad or ugly. I think this is more average. But right over here, when you see this first 1 minute bar, you might notice this first 1 minute bar was $4.08 long today. So because there was such a wide range, you know that if you buy through the top of it, you have to have a $4 stop. I generally don't like having a $4 stop. So I'll either wait for the bar to, close a little lower, but I will rarely buy through that top bar. Actually, almost I won't. I not rarely. I will never buy through the top bar here. Now, here's an example where you could have bought through. It would have, given you up to 40 cents profit in a couple minutes after, and then would have pulled back about $2 in your face. Not good to be up 40 cents, down $2. I get that. But if you followed the methodology, right over here, where where you simply set a stop below the bottom of the candlestick, you chose to buy through right here, you would have actually been long this take two the entire day. These commands I'm giving you, by the way, are the same commands that we actually give to the algorithms, the black boxes that trade it. But based on the fact that you could have seen ahead of time that you would have had a $4 risk, we programmed the boxes to actually ignore this. And as a human being, it looks kind of obvious that you wouldn't want to buy 121.60 because you'd be risking, $4.08 through the low of that candle. So this is a situation where if a robot was trading it, you would have made money because it would have set a stop below here and it would have never stopped you out. But as a human being, if the stock is pulling down 2 points in your face, you're probably going to get stopped out for a loss. I just wanted to show you this one example. This is the one example which we even talked about staying away from, because anytime you have a very large risk range, and I'll go back to the others to show you. So for example, right over here in UAA, when you're buying through 2188 here or 2189 or higher, you could have had a stop at 2158 or 2157, the bottom of the candle. 30 cents isn't that much when in this case you would have made, 76 cents. So you would have made like 2.5 times more if you held it for 1 minute as opposed to where your risk parameter was for a stop out. If we were talking even MasterCard here, you're buying through here in MasterCard, you're risking 87 cents on this candle of MasterCard right here. Let me just delete some of my trend lines. Very important stuff too, but not for this lesson today. Yeah, they don't want to delete, fine. So right over here, 186.87 on MasterCard. When you bought through 186.87, you were risking 87 cents because the bottom of the candle right here was 186. So 186 to 186.87, which $186.87, not to play on numbers or words, you would have been risking 87 cents and it would have popped up $2 before you could blink. There was no way you could have bought through this level at that price and been down money. You would have actually, in a situation like MasterCard, considering that this level actually hasn't retested for the entire day, it was impossible for it to be down money at any point of the day if you bought there. It's kind of nuts. But granted, you're not holding it for the whole day.
Mark, looks like we just lost you again. Can you hear me, Mark? Folks, just please be patient. Mark should be on in just a second. He's having some internet issues. We're going to see if we can get him back on the line, but please hold on. It should just take a second. We have a Melnick in the house. Mark, you there? Can you hear me? And again, folks, please just give us a second if Mark looks like he's coming back. Mark is coming back. Can't hear you, Mark. Okay, let me. Looks like Mark's coming back in just a second. Folks, please hang on.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mark. Your mic sounds off. Sounds like you're coming through something else.
Oh, maybe it's from the webcam. Hold on, please.
All right, folks, Mark is here. He's gonna continue in just a second.
Again, I do apologize. Is that better?
No, it still sounds the same. Do you want to, maybe we should give out a little gift while you're sorting out your tech issues?
Sure.
Yeah, why don't we do that, folks? This will just take it remarkably back in about like 5 or 10 minutes. He's having some computer issues. Mark, I'm going to mute you temporarily. Okay, so as you know, 200th anniversary show. We want to do something special. Would you guys like a gift? Let me know in the comments. We have a lot of people on YouTube. We have a lot of people on Facebook. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the likes. Let us know what you think. All right, I'm going to share my screen now. So let's talk about how we're celebrating the 200th episode of the Newsbeat show. Now, Mark talked a lot about today about how his room members were making money, and like Under Armour was the big one, Akamai and other names. So we want to invite you to join the room. Now, normally it costs $195 to join. And what you get is you're getting Mark's trade signals all day, including his awesome news-driven calls. He talks about upgrades, downgrades, industry news, FDA announcements, government actions, and a whole lot more. He's literally going through every week thousands and thousands of news items to identify trades for you. And every single night, 7:30, he holds what he calls Newsbeat Levels Technical Analysis Session, so you can see the trades he's targeting for the next day, the levels you need to watch, all that stuff. Now, you can get in today for just $95. Just $95 for all this stuff. You get a whole month. Again, Mark's trade signals, his news-driven calls, so when there's analyst upgrades, downgrades, industry news, all that stuff, you're going to know about it. You're going to know which trades you need to take. And again, the Newsbeat Levels sessions every night at 7:30. So again, you're going to save $100 or 51%.
Can you hear me?
Mark, we can hear you. So we are telling people about all the awesome stuff they're going to get.
Yeah, I think I fixed it. Is my voice sounding better?
Yep, you sound great.
Thank you. Okay, I'll let you go on, Mike. I just wanted to just share one more thing, and then I could let it get right back to you.
Yep, no problem. Go ahead.
All right. All right. Again, thank you guys for waiting here. I just share a picture of the newborn. He was literally just born last week. That's him. Probably thirsty for milk. Give you a zoomed in webcam there. So the electrician is fixing up his room and everything because the other electrician was whatever. Anyways, back to the point of these trades, it is a very, very effective way to make money in the market. Some people are blown away with the fact that they could work less than 10 minutes, sometimes 5, 15 minutes a day, and actually make a living as a trader. This strategy is designed for people who want consistency, money, and want to enjoy their time. The whole point of being a trader was not to sit there and slave away at your job and read charts all day and try to figure things out and figure out what's working. We bring that all to you every single day. I show you what's working every single day, and I show you
Mark, looks like you froze again. Okay. All right, you're back now, Mark, but we lost you.
I'm back again. Before the electrician pulls me off again, I just want to say this is a life-changing event. You can make money in the market and not slave away and do the things you love in life, pay your bills, and actually save money in the bank. This is why a strategy like this was designed. The secret sauce are the news names we're picking it with. You can't do this consistently with every single name in the market. It's not about picking every single name and doing this. It's about picking the names with the best of the best news. I work with a team of the best news people on Wall Street, and again, my opinion. And I work with hundreds of them on a day out and day in basis. You know the Verizon guy, and you see all the people around him, behind him. That's what I'm bringing to you on the news side. I'm bringing you the cream of the crop. And when the algorithmic strategy is applied with the cream of the crop news, you have an unbeatable, maximized, consistent money-making strategy. And that is what I'm trying to bring with you and show you. There's a reason why this is so effective. There's a reason why people fall in love with the room. And I think with whatever amazing deal Mike is offering for our 200th Newsbeat episode, you get to give it a shot and see if it's right for you. I am warning you, people do get very addicted to this room, and I'm warning you, you're probably going to love it, like the vast majority of people who do try this service actually do. So with that, if there's any questions I can answer, Mike, or anything else, or you could take over.
Yeah, we got to tell everybody about all the stuff they're getting, because it's not just the room. So again, what Mark just said is very, very important. Best of the best. You don't want to read 100,000 headlines. You don't want to read 100,000 tweets. You don't want to deal with all that stuff. You don't have to trade all day long. Mark gives you the game plan in the morning. You know which upgrades matter. There's hundreds of upgrades every week. Only a handful of them matter. There's thousands of pieces of industry news every day. Only a handful of it matters. Again, Mark gives it all to you. And you save $100 or 51%. But we're going to do some bonuses. Everybody likes bonuses. So first, we're going to throw in the Algorithmic Rules of Trendlines home study course. Now, the biggest thing I could say about this is that it's not just another repackaged technical analysis class. There's a lot of people who take a book from 20 years ago, they find a strategy, they give it a fancy name, and then they throw it out there as something new. No, this is invented in 2018. So this is a strategy that works. It was built today to work today. So it's 3 hours of training in Mark's unique trendline strategy. You're going to learn the Algo Buster strategy, which I don't know if it's the #1 strategy people need right now, but algos are running the market. And ultimately, I mean, Mark talks a lot about being the concept of being up money. And what he wants to do is maximize your chances of buying at the lows and selling at the highs. Mark talks a lot about psychology. And he's got an interesting take where if you make money, it kind of fixes your problems. It fixes your mindset. So you want to focus on learning strategies that actually get you up money. And yes, it's included with the $95 price. So total value of $290, and you get it for $95. So what do you guys think of that? All right, seems like people like it, but why don't we throw in a second bonus? So the second bonus is the live version of the Algo course, which is on November 6th at 4:30. So it's 3 hours of live interactive training, so you can ask Mark questions. Mark's going to have the latest and greatest examples. And again, you want to be up money in your trades as often as possible. You don't need to learn a million strategies. Yes, exactly. You don't need to get the right mindset. You don't need to think like a winner. You need to be a winner. So learn to be up money in your trades as often as possible, because that's kind of like the big domino that's going to make a difference in your trading in your life. Forget about all the little details. Focus on the big things that make a big difference. And the most important thing is being up money in your trades. Like, we can talk about money management and trade management, all that stuff. None of that is important. Is just making money in your trades as often as possible. And again, game the algos. Take control of your P&L. Start fighting back. So these are the kind of the terms of the deal. It ends Wednesday at midnight. There are no exceptions. At 12:01, we say no. You will regret it Thursday morning if you miss out. It's open to first-time Newsbeat Live subscribers only. So if you've been in it in the past and you left, we can't help you. Good luck with whatever you do. After 30 days, it renews at $195 a month. And we're kind of going to put the challenge on you. If Mark doesn't make you 10 times what you paid, just cancel. If Mark can't make you $950 in the next 30 days, just cancel. So if you want to sign up, go to t3live.com/200, t3live.com/200, and I'll show you what that looks like, just so everybody knows. You can see the countdown. All you have to do is click on the orange button. We list all the details, all the stuff you're going to get. Just click the orange button. Scroll down. The discount is applied. It's just $95. $95, and it includes everything. Does it include the course? Yes, yes, yes. Everything. $95. t3live.com/200. Again, you're getting everything for $95. Everything you see on the screen for just $95. 30 days in the Newsbeat Live room. $195 value. The pre-recorded algo course, $95 value, plus the live algo course, another $195 value. Total value is $485. You pay
a lot of traders. I'm sorry, can you just hear me real quick? Sorry to interrupt, Mike. A lot of traders are actually, again, some of these traders, you're a trader, you make $250,000 a year, you make $100,000 a year. You're making a lot more than 10 times the money at the end of the month. I would hope that you're making more than 10 times the money at the end of the month. So I actually don't consider that a challenge. I think you're taking it easy on me. But thank you. I appreciate that.
So then why don't we up it? If Mark doesn't make you $2,000 in the next month, just cancel. Just cancel. There's no obligation to stay on. You get the courses. You get everything you see on the screen. People are always asking, does it include the course? Yes. 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 It includes everything. Go to t3live.com/200 and you get everything you see on the screen. So, and just like quick screen grab, just so people also are talking about, like, this is the type of stuff that's taught in the course. Like, exactly. This isn't like where Mark just randomly draws a line on a chart and then says, buy here, buy there. He tells you exactly where you need to know what's on the chart. And again, he gives like very specific rules for everything. So there's no guessing. There is no guessing at all. So I'm just going to, so let's talk about what people are saying. It's one thing for Mark to talk about how much money he's making, but what's really important is what our customers are getting. Priyanka said, thanks for making this class so affordable. I didn't have to think twice about taking it. Nathan, I bought a put on WFC, made 50% less than an hour. He has a small account. He literally bought one put, but it made him some money. Javier started with 2K. He grew it to over 8K in a short period of time. David, 3 for 3. Netted him over 5K. Farah made $11.50 on 2 trades, TROY and CGC, which is probably TLRY actually. What else are people saying? Today, I was able to use what I learned with Mark to make more than 10%. Next day, recovered my investment using what I learned in the course. Jackie says, Algo Buster makes things very easy for me, more useful than your college degree, more useful than your MBA. Peter's one of our big fans in the room. Calls are sick. They come in pre-market, like Mark showed you before. I'm actually going to show the room really quickly. Right here, before the open, 903. Akamai, Under Armour, Macy's, Take Two. So you guys see that, right? He's not telling you what just happened. He's telling you what's going to happen. Again, help you recognize high probability trade for a long trade in LL. Stock went up 20% from that level. Ali from Dubai, here's like a perfect example of somebody squeezing out just a quick little profit. Next day after taking this course, did a scalp on Gilead, made 50 cents quick and easy as I knew what levels to trade off of. So again, I'm going to go the deal very quickly. Everything on the screen for 95 bucks. 30 days in the Newsbeat live room. That's valued at $195. The pre-recorded algo course, which is valued at $95, and finally the live algo course on November 6th, which is worth $195. Total value is $485. We're giving you a $390 instant rebate. It's $95 just for you if you sign up in the next day. Just go to t3live.com/200. So Mark, I have a question. I'm going to kick off the Q&A.
Cool.
And what makes you think you could make people $2,000 in the next month?
I mean, besides for that, the results in the pudding, what I really tried to do is literally stop. Is my screen being shared?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Actually, let me.
Just let me know when it is.
I'll mute myself. It'll show your screen.
Okay, and I guess it's hopefully showing right now. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Here's the deal. Like, I showed you stocks that were today. I wasn't cherry picking anything. I showed you everything in which we were focusing on. The number one trades we were focusing on today was UAA, followed by MasterCard. Those were the two most popular names in the room because people felt that those were the easiest names to trade. I showed you UAA going from 2188 to 2264. I am using today as an example. I'm not sitting here cherry picking where my trades worked out really well and, you know, whatever. This was today in UAA and Under Armour. And the question is, you know, if you made 76 cents in an Under Armour for the majority of traders trading less than 500 million to $1 billion, which is pretty much almost all of us, you know, being able to make 76 cents in a UAA is your day. So can you afford to take 1,000 shares of UAA? Can you afford to take 2,000 shares? That's why I said, you know what? I have results across the board from hundreds of people. But I'm just stopping and asking you, is this a trade if we told you we were focusing on to break 2188 today, this morning, that if you go through 188, that myself and other people are looking to market buy order through that level and buy through, and watching Under Armour with 700,000 shares on the 1 minute candle for the candle you know bought through? Can you buy 2,000 shares there? Can you buy 3,000 shares? If you bought 3,000 shares of Under Armour, you're probably up 1,500, 2,000, 1,500, maybe $2,500 before you could even blink, and that's just with a few thousand shares of Under Armour. Again, maybe you bought 500 shares of Under Armour and you made only a few $100. I mean, the value for $95 is indisputable. You're going to see the value within a month. This is a very weird market time. There are people making money in this market environment. There are people doing it consistently in this market environment, myself and many others. And I guess you're just getting that glimpse. I mean, what for most people, just telling you that you are focusing on UAA this morning, again, even if you took like 500 shares of UAA, 500 shares of a $20 name, and you didn't make 70 cents, maybe you made 40 cents because the stock, it ran up so fast in your face after you bought it. It was almost impossible to make less than 40 cents if you actually watched the trade today. Even you make 40 cents in it, even you make 30 cents in it, you make $150. That pays for the entire subscription. That's $150. It pays for the $95. That's a silly example, but it's, you know, it's truth. It's realism. I mean, look at the trade. I don't want to tell you that you can make, so much money. There are traders who are taking 30, 40,000 shares of Under Armour, and there are traders out there in the room who are probably making between 10 and 20 grand on a simple idea like UAA. The truth is, the beautiful thing about it is not the fact that you're just going to be in a position where you can make a lot of money, but you're going to be in a position where you can actually grow and size up. On a UAA, it's easy to go from 100 shares of UAA to see if the strategy works, to 500, to 1,000. You're building your account up. 2,000, 3,000. You're building your account up. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. 50,000, 100,000, you could take those sort of positions in a stock like UAA because they're not little thin names. They're names with massive, massive amount of volume on the day. So the day's not over. It did 21 million shares so far today. The day is half over, and it already did 21 million shares. So the strategies I'm giving you not only work with, and from what I've seen, some of the best consistency on the planet. For intraday strategy, it's the most consistent thing I've ever seen in my life. In terms of intraday strategies that work so you could build alpha, but I'm also giving you the ability to build your account to that next level. So when you're ready to grow as a trader, when you're making your, $75,000 a year, and you're like, you know what, Mar, that's great and all. I need to get to 120. I need to get to 140. I need to get to 150. Some of you people with kids out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you newer traders who don't have kids and are planning on it, believe me, you're going to come to that point where, you're making 100,000, but you're not comfortable where you are. You need to make like 150, 200 because housing prices, all these bills and whatnot. This strategy is almost, I say, practically infinitely scalable. I don't want you to be well, I do, but if you are a multi-trillionaire, which nobody known on the planet is, how much Apple can you buy? How much UAA can you buy? How much MasterCard can you buy? You could buy as much as your heart desires for the 99.9999999% of humanity. So the strategy is infinitely scalable. That is the beauty behind what we're giving beyond the consistency. You can grow indefinitely in this environment.
Okay, Mark, we're getting a lot of questions about what kind of trades you're calling in the room. Like, is it stocks? Is it options? Long, short? Like, could you go into some detail about what you're calling out in the room and how you're doing it?
I would, and again, when you have so many members, it's, I'm guessing, and I'm not going to be too far off on this. I would guess about 80% of the room trades common stock, with 20% of the room trading options. Almost every single option trade I give, almost 99.999% of them, can be done with stock. Every single stock trade, sometimes you can't do with options. So stock actually gives you more flexibility. UAA was a good example today, actually, now that we're talking about it, where options were pretty hard to play this morning. Usually they're not. Rarely they are, but this was a stock trade in UAA today. This would have been better played with stock due to the spread between the bid and offer on the option side this morning, and the fact that it coincidentally opened up late, things like that. So the vast majority of the room are actually common stock traders who are just simply buying stock, watching their P&Ls explode quickly. I'm not saying you're making $2-3 million on a UAA idea. I'm not saying you're making $500,000 on a UAA, but the amount of traders who made like $250 to like $25,000 today, in between that range based on your share size, they're all over the place. And if you're just looking to make consistent money and actually apply consistency, this is the best place to do it. And I will tell you this, I'll also throw in one other thing. Because this is not for the majority of you, but if your goal is to bring your track record to a major firm, a Goldman, whatever it is out there, and you come and you show your track record with this, they're going to be impressed. Last time I went to these firms to show my track record, they were floored. They all told me I was the most consistent trader that they have ever seen in terms of trading, and they basically just offer you money. I mean, that's what happened to me personally. I can't say that's going to happen to you. The reason why I tell you this is what professional money managers and hedge funds want to see when you come to them and you show them. They want to see you trading the thickest names out there because they have a lot of money, and you could only throw money at the thickest names out there, and they want to see consistency. If your goal is to build yourself up as a trader, your own P&L, being number 1 and 2 and 3, your own consistency being number 1 and 2 and 3, and you want to continue in the industry forward, there's no better launching pad than the Newsbeat Live Room for that reason.
Okay, so we're getting some questions about. Let's see. All right, so the trades you give out, like, are you giving like stops? Are you giving targets? Like, people want to know about the details and all that.
All right. So, I mean, on the one and done strategy, I already showed you that you always have a stop loss. The thing with, I give targets at times. A lot of times it's just about making money. I think people get too caught up on where's your stop? What's your risk? Which are very important things to ask. But when you're doing this strategy, the whole goal is to just be up money and sell it. So let me give you an example in UAA. Based on what the market is doing, whatever, UAA could run to $25 today. It could run down to $21. I can always give a target, but if your goal is to just make money, it doesn't matter what your target is. And yeah, you always have a stop loss. That you always have. It's the bottom of the candle as defined in the strategy. It's more to take profit and target side. So whether you were up 20 cents on UAA, I think that was almost impossible to catch 20 cents because you were up 20 cents as you bought it. Let's say you were up 25 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents. What I'm telling you is no matter where you sold in between that range, it's all good. Get too caught up where they're waiting for a certain price target to hit. Like, I bought at $70. I want to sell at $75. And the 75 to 73 and a half, and then climb all the way down to 67 and a half. And you're up 3.5 points, and you decided not to sell it because you had a target that had to hit. Those traders who wait for targets always are the traders with no flexibility. As soon as you pigeonhole yourself with one mentality, you're not going to be consistent. As soon as you say, these are the chart patterns I'm looking to trade, you're not going to be consistent. As soon as you say, this is where I look for support and resistance, you'll be right. You'll make money, you'll lose money, you'll make money, you'll lose money. You're not going to be consistent. As long as you just say, I just want to make money, with that mentality, you're going to be able to effectively exploit this strategy. Here's the bottom line, Mike. There are traders out there who would be happy making $50,000 a year. There are traders out there who would be disappointed at $500,000 a year. There are traders who are looking to make $250,000 a year. They have to adjust their risk parameters for their own lifestyle. Are you taking care of kids? Are you paying a mortgage? Are you a student out of school who have all your bills paid for? Do you need to withdraw money from your account every month to pay your bills, or is someone taking care of that for you? Are you sitting on a little nest egg of cash where you could just sit there and build your account? There's so many infinite possibilities of traders out there that I think that you can befit the profit parameters for your own environment. If you're looking at a UAA, just make money. Believe me, you're going to be so psychologically strong. You're going to be psychologically fortified through doing 5, 10, 50, 100 of these trades that you're going to be able to build upon something that you're going to imagine going to bed happy every night. Imagine waking up in the morning and not needing to crawl out of bed because your psychological toxicity from overnight or trading the last day really dragged you down. That is
this part of the candlestick right here is called what?
No, Mark, I think we're losing you again.
And this thing or this thing is called what?
Mark, you there?
Called shadow.
I think we lost Mark again. Sorry about that, folks. Mark's still having internet issues.
is way beyond. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for about 30 seconds there.
All right, what was the last thing you heard me say? The point I'm making is I was just going down the same line. Look, here's the thing. Sorry about my internet issues. It's a very rare thing that everything happens like this at once. I mean, perfect timing with the 200th episode. Here's the bottom line. You're going to be able to grow as a human being. It goes well beyond. You're going to be able to wake up in the morning. You're not going to have to crawl out of bed. You're not going to dread trading. You're not going to dread looking at your P&L. And you're going to be able to build upon something. I don't care if you made 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, $1.25 on this UAA trade we gave today. If you made money on the trade, you were successful. Sell it, move on. There's something else the next day. That is the important part. Psychological fortification, not huddling up in a fetal position, not yelling at your loved ones around you like a lot of traders do, not having issues in your life because your trading is seeping over into it. That is what I'm really offering you here on top of the consistency.
Okay, Mark, I think that's a good note for us to end on. I'm just going to go over the deal one more time.
Okay.
Guys, you guys put it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And if anyone has any more questions, they could email me, Mike, at mark.melnick@t3live.com. That's MARK.MELNICK at t3live.com, and I'll answer any questions if I didn't get to any. Again, I apologize for my issues. I think, definitely sign up for this month. You are going to see the value. 95% of you will see the value, and 95% of you are going to become lifelong members of the Newsbeat Live community. Don't pass up on a chance to change your trading career. Thank you so much, Mike, and thank you everyone for bearing with my internet issues, having a new baby and hiring an electrician who did a shoddy job before to fix it. Definitely played an impact on my internet connectivity today, but thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Mark. Okay. Okay, so let's just go over the deal one more time, guys. Again, go to t3live.com/200. You get everything you see on the screen for just $95. You get 30 days in the Newsbeat Live room. That's a $195 value. Pre-recorded algo course, that's $95 value. And then the live algo course on November 6th, that's a $195 value. Total value is $485. You have 1 day to sign up for just $95. Go to t3live.com/200. That will close us out. I thank Mark for joining us today. Mark had suffered a lot of technological issues. We apologize for that. So hopefully we will see you in the Newsbeat Live room very soon. Thanks, guys.
So if it ever breaks this love, usually I've done it by now, but